Now, I got a question. Can you discharge student loans? I guess Stanley's been watching the news because there's been a lot of talk on the news about whether or not student loans are dischargeable, or is the Congress and the Senate, or the Congress, House and the Senate, going to put together some sort of bill to send to the president to have student loans, private student loans, be declared dischargeable? Because now student loans are up to $1 trillion, and it's all of a sudden become a crisis. Well, right now I can tell you that the law is today, November 1st, 2012, that the answer is no. No student loans are dischargeable. That's why the private student loan market has exploded, because it's a way for them to lend you money and a way for the debt to be non-dischargeable. So even if you file bankruptcy, the chances are pretty good you're not going to be able to discharge it unless you can meet the requirements of the discharge, the hardship discharge under the bankruptcy code, which is extremely difficult to meet. So that's another question for another day. For today's purposes, the answer is no, but if you do have student loans, you may want to watch this, because the first thing you're going to have to determine is whether or not your student loans are private or are they federal. Do they fall under the Department of Education, or are they private loans? Well, if you have a lot of private loans, good for you, because if they ever become dischargeable, bankruptcy may be best friend. If you have a lot of federal loans, there's ways to work that out. So, for example, let's say you come out of college and you have 80,000 student loans, but you're a nurse and you're making around $35K a year, and you've got 3 kids, and you're saying, hey, I'm a single mom on $35K, $40K a year, and I can't make it because of these student loans. Is there a way to work it out? Believe it or not, yes, there is. So everybody thinks student loans are the worst thing in the world. I understand the logic behind it. You get the education, and then, I got to pay this back, so I'm not getting ahead. I get the policy arguments, I guess, if you will, behind it. But the reality is it's going to have to be paid back somehow. So if you can get on an income-based repayment plan with the Department of Education, you come out much further ahead. So it's definitely something to think about.